It's your favorite hood high priestess. It's your favorite motivational dominatrix. It's your favorite auntie, captain, goddess, king, lady speech in the place to be. And I want to welcome you back to this here channel. It is Sunday, so you know what that means. It's time for a little Sunday service spiritual tea session. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's the 14th of March, and it's currently 3:33. Well, I should say I started this at 3:33. I have no idea what time it is right now, but I started this at 3:33 this Sunday. Now, I know you're used to me coming to you at 12:12, but I'm in Colorado, and we are currently experiencing a snow day, a winter storm, and everything is moving slow for me. Even though I didn't venture out today, it's still a snow day, so I enjoyed a big old pot of black-eyed peas I had simmering all night long in a crock pot, and I just took my time easing into this day. You know what I'm saying? Talked to my people, checked in on my folks, made sure they had what they needed, and now I'm here with you, drinking my witch's brew and ready to spill some spiritual tea. Are you ready to come with me? Let's do this, my loves. Now, for the new people, I'm going to break down what this process is. For the old school people, for my OGs, make sure if you're an OG, go ahead and put a little butterfly. Put a little butterfly in the comments. If you are new here, put a little caterpillar, baby. Put a little caterpillar. For my new people, I'm going to break this down. For the old school OGs, just bear with me. You already know how we get down. You already know what we do. So this is a reading. This is a reading, and I'm going to give you a little bit of spiritual guidance to help you move through this week a lot more intentionally, okay? So it is a reading, and we're going to use tarot cards to do that, tarot cards and oracle cards. The first deck that we have up is the Goddess Oracle deck. We're also going to be using the Message from Our Animal Friends deck. We're going to be using the Carolyn Myss deck, and we're also going to be using the Osho Zen deck as well, okay? Now, you know that I always bring my rock friends, no matter what. I'm always surrounded by at least 10,000 ancestors. Oh, we've got an OG in the house. Hello, hello, OG. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good day, good time, good life to whenever you are seeing this. If you are seeing this live, then you are right on time. If you are seeing this recorded, then you are right on time as well. So, back to this introduction. You know I'm always surrounded by at least 10,000 spirits, the Loa, the Orisha, my ancestors, my spirit guides, God, goddess themselves. But when I do these readings for you, I bring my rock friends. So let me introduce you to my rock friends. We've got some tourmaline in the building, in the place to be. I don't know why I put that behind my hand, Lord of mercy. We've got some golden Lumerian in the place to be. We've also got a little bit of sunstone since it is storming outside. I brought the sun in the form of a stone. So we've got some sunstone. I've got some amethyst here, some very raw amethyst. This makes me want to eat it. It's like a piece of magic crystal cake. We also have some labradorite in the building. This is my labradorite yoni egg. Don't worry, it's clean. And then we also have some window quartz, which is a very good stone, for scrying. So if you're into scrying, window quartz is a very good stone for that, all right? And last but not least, the last element to this guidance is the affirmation box. It's exactly what it sounds like, darling. This is a box of affirmations, a box filled with song quotes and lyrics and parts of poems and all the wonderful things that I am going to give to you. We're going to pull at random from this box, and the universe is going to guide us on an affirmation journey. I'm going to say the affirmation, and then I'm going to invite you to repeat the affirmation after me a few times. The reason why I do this is because this society trains us to talk crap, to talk shit about ourselves. We use our language oftentimes to harm ourselves. So I like to take a bit of time to use our language to lift ourselves up. And lastly, the very last thing, darlings, is my Cash App is Lady Speech. My Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa. And my PayPal is LadySpeechSankofa@gmail.com. Feel free to show your financial appreciation for this here labor, okay? Feel free to put some money, to put a little money in the collection plate, all right? If you benefit from this reading, if you benefit from my content, feel free to show your financial appreciation. Now, shall we get into it? Let's do this. This is the part in the video where I remind you to go ahead and tuck me in the corner, put me to the side, cook your food, eat your dinner, you know what I'm saying? Cuddle up, snuggle up, you know what I'm saying? Just come with me on, relax and come with me on this ride, all right? Tuck me into the corner of your life and just listen to the spiritual guidance. Let's get all the way into it, baby. We're going to begin with the Osho Zen deck, actually, and we're going to come out of the box swinging. This is the 9 of the Major Arcana suit, and this is all about aloneness. Do you hear me? Aloneness. So let's talk about that. There is a difference between being lonely and alone. When you are alone, you are filling up your space. You are occupying all of the energy that is available for you to occupy. You are filling up all of your space, okay? Aloneness is a oneness with self, all right? Aloneness is a comfortability with self. It is a relationship of familiarity with self, being able to hold your own space and your own energy. Binmer is being lonely, all right? We are somehow deficient without the company of another. We are somehow in lack without the company of another. We are missing something when we're not in the company of another, okay? So this card reminds us about the importance of cultivating the relationship with ourselves, the importance of cultivating the relationships with me, myself, and I. You need to have a very strong, firm relationship with you. And do you know when and where you cultivate that relationship? In moments of aloneness. In moments of aloneness, baby. In moments of aloneness. That's right. So cherish the times, create the spaces. And I mean that in all the ways. Like we are a little, and if you hear a little noise, that is my space heater, you know, keeping my legs warm. I got my Daisy Dukes on, darling. I might got this hoodie on, but I got my Daisy Dukes on. The yams is out. The thick thighs are breathing. And I don't feel like putting no sweats on, so that's the space heater. So, cultivating your relationship with yourself in times of aloneness. The great thing about technology is we can exist we can exist in Instagram and on YouTube, and we can go to social media. We can go to TikTok. We can go to Facebook. We can go to Snapchat and not feel so alone, which is freaking amazing. Okay. However, the downside about that is oftentimes we're not alone in our thoughts. We're not alone in our space. We're not alone in our heads. We're not alone with ourselves. And we need to do that. So this is reminded to cut off the social media, let the TV alone, get off of Netflix and the streaming spaces, stop it with the games, and spend some time with yourself, by yourself, inside yourself, filling up your space, taking up the space that you occupy, okay? And also, this card is about examining aloneness. If you are, loneliness. If you are in a space where you're feeling lonely, let's take a look at that. The pandemic literally isolated so many of us. Some of us have been isolated long term. Some of us have been isolated off and on. But and some of us have been isolated just in a societal space. And depending on where you live and how folks is handling the pandemic, this isolation is varied. It is great. It is small. All of us have experienced some type of isolation or being alone. This is the first time in years. This is the first year in my adult life since I was 18 years old that I have not danced with my community in public. I thought about that the other day and truly was heartbroken. There was so much sadness that came up from there. This is the first time in my adult life where I've gone a year without seeing my people, without hugging so much. I haven't touched. So this has created a different space of aloneness, even though I've had the luxury of connecting with people technologically wise. And I was so fortunate to be able to do this pandemic with a roommate. Even then, there is different levels of aloneness and loneliness that can come up. So the flip part is about this is if you're dealing with loneliness, go ahead and deal with that. Acknowledge that it's okay. We've got a whole crop of pandemic babies who have no idea what being around a group of people are. All right. We have a whole crop of children who were born and were raised the first year of their life, they haven't had stimulation like the rest of us had. So it is the flip part of this is if you are experiencing loneliness, if you are experiencing symptoms from that, if your mental health is suffering, if your emotional health is suffering, if your physical health is suffering, come at that logically and safely, and do what you can to help to treat that, and also know that that is a very human thing, all right, that you're going through. So dealing with that, confronting with that, working with that. Next up, we have experiencing. This card is the Three of the Suit of Fire, and when we take a really good look at this card, she is so deep into this moment. This person, this being, this woman, could be a man, this person, this being, this feminine spirit is so connected to this tree, is so at one. They're so in their body, they're so in the moment that their garments have taken on the shapes and the images of the leaves. Okay, they have become one with their whole environment. Their aura reflects and is shared with the aura of the tree, and it reflects the colors of the sky and the earth itself around her. She is so at one. She's experiencing. She's 100% there. This card reminds us to be present, to experience life, to experience the things that we need to experience life. Be in your body. Be here, be present. There's so many times, again, technology is amazing, but one of the things that technology has gotten us into is not being present, okay? I have begun to start the practice of, when I am with my people, putting my phone all the way up. One of the things that I started doing is I cut off all notifications for social media apps on my phone, which is, at first I was a little scared to do that because this is part of how a stream of income for me, but also I was like, this has become unhealthy. So the first step was not getting notified when people post, when people share my stuff, not getting notified about that. And I check in that when I need to. But the next part of getting back to experiencing life for me and placing technology in a more balanced space in my life was when I am with my people, again, tucking that phone away and being here. When you are with your people, when you are with yourself, when you are cooking, when you are reading your books, this is a reminder to be present, to be present, to be here, to be here. There's two things that we're doing when we're not present. A lot of times, either we are out of our body because of trauma. This is a trauma response that we've learned to kind of jump out. I call it slipping our skin, just jumping out of your body and you being in a completely different space. Or you're just distracted. You're just distracted. So this is all about, especially this week, be present. And not just this week, be mindful about how your mind wanders. Be mindful when you are scrolling through these social medias, are you actually looking intently at these videos? Are you thinking about it? Are you just mindlessly scrolling? When you're with your friends, is it just a mindless we're hanging out to hang out? Or are you here with them? Are you here with them? Let's go back to this loneliness card. Loneliness, loneliness can happen in a room full of people. Loneliness, oftentimes, you can talk to a lot of people who come from a lot of different backgrounds, and they'll tell you that they have felt lonely in a room full of people. They have felt lonely in being part of a big organization. They have felt lonely, and oftentimes that loneliness happens, especially when you're in a sea of people or in spaces where you shouldn't feel that alone. That loneliness happens when there is no connection. So we are being charged. We are being encouraged to make connection. And making connection requires being here, being fully in the moment, okay? So I challenge you to do that. Be it when you're on social media, most especially when you're dealing with people, when you're on the phone, when you're corresponding and communicating within your emails. So much miscommunications happens because we're not listening and because we're not here. We're not in the moment fully. So that's a reminder to be in that moment. All right. Let's go ahead and do some affirmations. I want to say shout out to the person who, I saw the banner come up on my phone. Shout out to the person who gave me that 1111 in the PayPal. I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all's 1111, 1212s, $7.77, $2.22. Carrie hit me up earlier today with the 222 faithfully. All right. I appreciate it when some of y'all have dropped 150. There's been people who've been like, you know what, I got 500 extra dollars. Here you go. I'm always on your shit, and you encourage me. I appreciate it all. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for showing your verbal appreciation. I love it when you talk to me in the comments. I love it when you follow me. I love it when you subscribe. I love it when you like this. I love it when you share it. That stuff is appreciation too. So I don't want you to think that just because I'm always on here talking about and demanding my worth, that I don't appreciate the little things. And I don't want you to think that. There are times when there's been people who have been like, I've watched you for years and I literally have been broke and I got a random $20 and I gave $10 to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they've been talking to me and they've been giving me their appreciation the whole time. So I appreciate that as well. But thank you for showing your appreciation for my labor. And again, that Cash App is LadySpeech. The Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa. The PayPal is LadySpeechSankofa@gmail.com. And let's do these affirmations. Repeat after me. I deserve good in my life. 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 Great Day in Poetry says, yep, I've been following you for a long time. Whenever I got it, I send it. And I appreciate the fuck out of you. Thank you. All right, y'all, let's get into this other affirmation. This other affirmation says, I believe in myself. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. Repeat after me. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. Real quick, let me let you know where you can get at me if you're feeling like it. My TikTok is LadySpeech Sankofa. I actually just hit 10,000 people this morning on TikTok, so congratulations. I'm feeling really good about that. I do have a new Instagram. Everybody knows, or if you don't know, you can scroll through these videos. My Instagram account, my original account was banned at 25,000 for fat phobia and anti-blackness. It completely was a targeted job I didn't violate the community standards. There's a whole video about it. Anyway, I do have a new Instagram. That is LadySpeech Sankofa, so go ahead and follow me on there. And my Twitter is LadySpeech as well. If you're on Facebook, I know how archaic, but I'm on there as well as I do have an artist page. So that's LadySpeech. You can just click like and all that good stuff. So check your girl out. I do have a Patreon as well, which is LadySpeech Sankofa. Go ahead and follow me on there. Let's get back to these readings, okay? We're going to get into the Carolyn and Myss deck, and we have the Child Wounded. Oh, Raja, my baby. Hello. You've been on my mind. Spirit. I'm calling you. All right, y'all. Let's get back into this reading. We have the Child Wounded. Oh, the light attributes of this is awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. So let me tell you, some of the best healers that I know come from wounded child background. Some of the best priests, shamans that I know were extremely hurt as youth. You know what I'm saying? Some of your best healers come in here. Some of the best people who help you with your childhood wounds are often people who are wounded themselves, who are coming in hot, who are coming in here, who have their own childhood wounds. So there is something to people who take their tragedy, heal from it, make medicine for themselves, and then are able to make medicine for others. And that's a wonderful thing, okay? The shadow attributes is blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, resists moving forward through forgiveness. So first off, blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds. It is a true fact that your childhood BS, that your abuse, your trauma, before I go on, I want to say that I'm going to continue to apologize for this lighting. I've had some major life changes, and some of that includes minor life changes. I did switch up my setup, my dining room setup, which is where I record, and I don't like the way I'm at where this lighting is. So, and I keep forgetting. So I do have a ring light. I'm going to fix this lighting issue next video, but now, just for now, deal with the shadows. You know I love you. You can still see me. Lighting black people is sometimes hard even for black people. Getting the right lighting, okay? But you can see me, it's okay. This all warns us. The shadow attribute reminds us that not everything is because of your wounds, okay? And also, this is about taking responsibility. What happened to you is not your fault, okay? I'm a survivor of child rape, child molestation, rape as a young woman, sexual exploitation, domestic violence, abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, spiritual abuse. I know, baby. I've been run through the ringer, honey. So if you survived any of that and more, some of you have survived more, some of you have survived less, some of you have survived the same amount. What happened to you is not your fault. What you do with your wounding, however, is your responsibility, okay? Okay? It is your responsibility to seek your healing, honey. It is your responsibility. And as someone who is a master healer, because I had to heal myself, I am the healer that I needed. I'm going to tell you that if you do not take some type of responsibility, there is an aspect of you that's going to turn into these abusive folks, okay, that abused you, or you're going to be caught in a loop of your abuse and you're going to keep hurting yourself and quite possibly others. So this is about taking responsibility, all right? This is about really coming to your wounds. Like, yes, things happened to you that weren't your fault. You survived some wildness, and I'm so thankful. Thank God you survived. And thank you for surviving. Thank you for surviving tyrant bosses. Thank you for surviving shitty landlords. Thank you for surviving the abuse, not so great mothers. Thank you for surviving non-existent fathers. Thank you for surviving everything that you've survived, okay? But this is your reminder to work on your wounds, okay? To heal them, seek healing, seek understanding, seek processing, okay? Seek it, and stop resisting moving forward. There are some of us who've been so hurt, and again, we get caught up in the loop. And it's easy to get caught up in the loop. It's easy to get addicted to our pain. It's easy to get addicted to the tragic story. It's easy to get addicted to the comfort of the devil you know. And for so many of us, abuse and neglect and the regurgitation of our trauma and pain 24 hours a day, 7 days a week without moving and processing through it becomes an addiction. So make sure you move through it when you're called to. We have the artist, which is all about expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. Message: we are all born artists. Some of us are going to create art for the masses. Some of us are going to do this professionally. Some of us are going to share it with our community. Some of us are going to share it with ourselves. Some of us are not going to share it at all. We're just going to make it and leave it and whatever. This is the message for those of you who need to be creating. Create. Sing because you need to. Sing because the blues lives in your heart. Paint those pictures. Dance. If your artistry comes out in food, make that food, baby. If you are a sculptor, if you are a painter, it's time to get back to it, honey. If you are a lyricist, a poet, a writer, a songwriter, it's time to sing those songs, write those lyrics, do those poems, baby. This is a call to do the art to save your life. This is a call to indulge in the art to get your emotions out, to express the angst, to process the pain, to process the grief, to paint a better world, to reimagine the world we live in. But this is a message for the artist to do your art. The shadow attributes can apply to everybody. Using talent as an excuse to mistreat others. Just because you are a talented artist or a talented leader or in a position of power don't mean you need to be a shitty person. This is a checkpoint. Just because you might have Grammys, you might have Tony Awards, you might be the best in your field. This does not make you better than anybody else. Remember that. Remember that. And remember that power and fame and recognition can sometimes make us drunk and we become shitty people, all right? So just watch that. Just watch that. Just watch that. And this is the posing as the starving artist to elicit pity. So that's the other shadow attributes. Don't be out here faking the funk. If you're doing well, don't be out here faking the funk. That ain't cute. Don't fake the funk for the gram. Don't fake the funk for the TikTokers. Don't fake the funk, okay? All right, let's keep going. I'm going to get back into this affirmation box. I hope you're feeling it. If you're feeling it, put a thumbs up. If this is resonating with you, go ahead and put a thumbs up. Let me know what cards resonate with you. Let me know what messages resonate with you. Again, if you happen to be catching this live, you are right on time. If you catch this as it has been recorded, you are right on time as well. Let's do this affirmation. Repeat after me. I believe in me. That's hilarious. I do choose these at random, and I'm looking at the ones that we just had. The last affirmation said, I believe in myself. Obviously, the universe wants us to drill into our heads that it is important that we believe in ourselves. So repeat after me. I believe in me. I believe in me. Put your hand on your heart. Put your hand on your chest when you're saying that. Put your hand on your womb when you're saying that. Put your hand on your third eye, your brain, your mind. Put your hand on on whatever part of you. And repeat after me. I believe in 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 me. I really like to do affirmations and put my hand especially like near my throat or near my chest because the vibration of my voice, I really feel like as I'm speaking it, that vibration is felt like in my arm and in other places. So I always feel like it kind of like puts a period on that. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like puts a little seasoning on it. This is one of my favorite quotes because it's a good reminder. Sometimes you have to understand that loving yourself is going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. I noticed that when fat women love themselves, when fat people love themselves, that makes people uncomfortable. When black people love themselves, that makes people uncomfortable. I can say that as my truth, as a fat black femme. There's a lot of you who love it, encourage it, are inspired by it. And there's a whole lot of you who feel like I should hate myself because society says I should hate myself because I'm fat and I'm black. And when I have the audacity not to, ooh, that ruffles feathers. Here's the thing. Love yourself anyway. Like yourself anyway. Have the audacity to enjoy who you are anyway. And know that that might make people uncomfortable. Actually, it might. It's not a might. It will. And you would be surprised who it makes uncomfortable. Sometimes loving yourself fully and without unapologetically could make your family uncomfortable. Sometimes it can make your coworkers uncomfortable. It can make a lot of people uncomfortable. Go ahead and love yourself anyway. Go ahead and pour nothing but goodness and peace and joy into yourself anyway. Because you deserve that shit. All right. Repeat after me. A quote by the lovely and the exquisite Janelle Monáe. Even if it makes others uncomfortable, I will love who I am. Repeat after me. Even if it makes others uncomfortable, I will love who I am. Even if it makes others uncomfortable, I will love who I am. Even if it makes others uncomfortable, I will love who I am. Even if it makes others uncomfortable, I will love who I am. Even if it makes others uncomfortable, I will love who I am. All right. The gospel, honey. Let's move back into these cards. You have the spider card. Trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. So again, this is an invitation into creation. Write the stories, write in your journal, sing your song, dance, create things on a culinary level, on a magic level, on a mystical level. Some of you, this means you need to make those oils and elixirs that Spirit has been telling you to make. For some of you, this is about it's time to learn how to pour them candles in the mystical perspective. For some of you, this is about getting creative with your art, your poetry, your prose, all of that stuff. But whatever it means to you, it's time to start flexing your creative muscles and pouring yourself wholeheartedly into that, okay? We have the boar. Face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious. It's time to face your demons. It's time to look at your vices. It's time to look at some problematic behaviors that it's time to address and fix. It's time to look at some, dot some I's and cross some T's. It's time to revisit some unresolved business that you may have with relationships or people or with things in your life. The boar is always about past issues, problems, things coming up from your past to be dealt with. The operative words is you will emerge victorious. So though your victory is already written, baby, everything is going to be okay, but you got to take a good look at some things. Sometimes I'm always saying that you are beautiful. You are a masterpiece. You are a wonderful work of art, and you're also problematic as fuck, just like everybody else. There is something that you need to be working on, okay? So work on it. Work on it. Are these some past bills that you need to pay that you kind of was like, I'm gonna just like move on and not fuck with it? Go pay that old cable bill. Go pay that old light bill. You know what I'm saying? Do you need to apologize to someone? Do you need to fix something? Go do it, okay? So address those things and move all the way the hell on. Someone said it is resonating. I'm so glad it is, baby. I'm so glad it is. All right, let's get back into these affirmations. Again, my Cash App is LadySpeech. My Venmo is LadySpeech Sankofa. The PayPal is LadySpeechSankofa@gmail.com. Feel free to put a little something in the collection plate if you are getting this word this day. This affirmation says, I welcome all the ways the universe wants to bless me. I welcome all the ways the universe wants to bless me. I welcome all the ways that the universe wants to bless me. I welcome all the ways the universe wants to bless me. I welcome all the ways the universe wants to bless me. I welcome all the ways the universe wants to bless me. I think it's an important thing in affirmations. A lot of times we call for a lot of things, but if you have blocks up and you're not addressing those blocks, it doesn't matter what you're calling. If you are blocked to the blessings, nothing's going to happen for you. So make sure you are welcome and open to the things that are coming into your life. And if you find you're not, then you have some direction in regards to what you need to be working on in your healing. This affirmation says, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. This is a quote from Buddha. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Repeat after me. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Okay. Powerful reminder that so many times we look for confirmation, guidance, and wisdom and validation and peace. And a lot of that is rooted right here, baby. Right here. Okie dokie. Let's get back into this reading. 2 more cards. We're going to begin with Amaterasu. We are falling into the Goddess Oracle deck. Amaterasu Omikami, which is all about beauty. Amaterasu Omikami really challenges us to reject Western Eurocentric standards of beauty. Amaterasu Omikami holds up her mirror and she demands that we look ourselves in our eye and we acknowledge how beautiful we are. Yes, your spiritual beauty and your physical beauty. And no, are you the perfect beauty in regards to Eurocentric, unrealistic, white supremacist beauty standards? No, nobody is. All of that is fake. All of it is fake. There's nobody who's that perfect. Are there people who are closer to that ideal? Yes, there are. And they get rewarded accordingly. However, that beauty isn't the standard for everyone or for anyone. It shouldn't be, personally. And Amaterasu reminds us to challenge that. When we start feeling ugly, when we start feeling unworthy, like our beauty doesn't exist, she challenges us to look at ourselves, truly look at our spirits, truly look at ourselves, and see how wonderful and beautiful we are. You are beautiful. Just in case no one has told you today, flaws and all. Flaws and all. You are so very beautiful. You are so very wonderful and divine. The last card of the reading is Bast. She reminds us to play. She reminds us to play. She reminds us to play. Now, this is not about indulging in your vices, drinking to the point of blackout, smoking till you just can't see anymore. This is about play. Honest to God, good play. Honoring your inner child. Coloring. Doing things, watching your favorite shows. Watching your old school cartoons that make you happy, that make you feel joyful. Doing things that honor the big kid inside of you. All right? Bast is all about understanding play as medicine and not using play as an escape towards reality, but using play to treat loneliness, to treat depression, to treat ourselves. as a actual treat as well. Bass reminds us that indulging the inner child is sacred, holy work. Laughter is medicine. Joy is medicine. Perpetuate that as much as you can. Perpetuate that as much as you can. Bring in play in little ways and in big ways into your life. Play can be very therapeutic. Play is a space where we learn things. Play is a space where we get to know ourselves and each other. So play. Figure out how to play your games online with your friends. Play. Do no harm to others, but play. All right. All right, let's do a couple more affirmations. This affirmation says, nothing I do will change my past. Everything I do changes my future. Repeat after me. Nothing I can do will change my past. Everything I do changes my future. Nothing I can do will change my past. Everything I do will change my future. Nothing I can do will change my past. Everything I do will change my future. And let's do another affirmation. I take daily action on the things that matter to me. Repeat after me. I take daily action on the things that matter to me. I take daily action on the things that matter to me. I take daily action on the things that matter to me. All right, y'all. That is your reading for this week. I hope you step into this week feeling fine, free, and fabulous. I'm going to get back to posting on a regular basis this week. I know I said that last week, but I went to post on Monday and was like, you know what? You still need to take your time. So I'm feeling back to it, feeling up to it again, acclimating to some major life changes in my life that, it's just some major life changes. And I have a tendency to move through major things a lot of times by minimizing them. And that allows me to kind of move through them with ease. And then when I'm through them and secure, my mind puts it all back together. And I'm like, holy crap, that was a lot. So, my new practice with myself has been with allowing myself to ease into, not be so panicky about things, and just the art of easing into products. The art, not products, but projects and new, new life stages. So that's that on that. That's that on that. But I will be getting back to posting regularly on here again. Twitter is LadySpeech, TikTok and Instagram is LadySpeech Sankofa. Facebook is LadySpeech. The artist page. Snapchat is Magic LadySpeech. And that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? It has been a joy reading for you. It's always a joy. Shout out to those of you who have, who always represent, who put a little in the collection plate, who show your financial appreciation. This anti-Black world trains us to cannibalize the work of Black and the labor of Black women and femmes. So I am consistent about reminding you to pay me for this inspiration and pay any other Black woman and femme who is giving you life, because a lot of times we are just taken from. So thank you for doing just that. If you are in Denver, Colorado, or anywhere else that's experiencing the blizzard right now, please, please be safe. I wish you much warmth. I hope your power stays on. I hope you have enough food and you are able to survive this, and you're going to be well. I am good. So I've got plenty of food in this house. And, I live in a building where we've never, even with other blizzards, our power is really good. And I'm safe and warm, so I'm good. And I'm just hunkered down, ready to survive this place. I'm a Denver native, so I know what's up. I know how to get through these things. No matter what, just in case nobody has told you today, you are valued. You are valued and you are valuable. You are so important to your ancestors. Thank you for surviving everything you have survived. You are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And thank you for your support. All right, did I say it? I'm going to say it one more time. Cash App, Lady Speech, Venmo, LadySpeech Sankofa, PayPal, LadySpeech Sankofa at gmail.com. Shout out to those of you who've already shown your financial appreciation. I appreciate you. Have the best night. Have the best evening. Have the best day. Have the best week. Have the best month. Have the best year. Have the best whenever you are encountering this. I'll talk to you soon. Mwah! Peace.